Okay, so you know how when Apple makes a budget product, they usually take the physical chassis of an older Apple product and then stuff that old chassis with new hardware? Like the most popular example of this is the iPhone SE. The first generation was an iPhone 5S on the outside, but it was an iPhone 6S on the inside. And the second generation iPhone SE used the chassis of an iPhone 8, but the internals of an iPhone 11 Pro. Another great example is the Apple Watch. Both generations of the Apple Watch SE both used the chassis from like an Apple Watch Series 5 or 6. And those are both fairly well known. But you might not have known about AirPods. Hear me out. In 2016, when the AirPods were first released, they looked like Apple's EarPods that they had released years ago, but just without the wires. And it was the same exact thing with the AirPods second generation. AirPods 1 and AirPods 2 are identical from an outside perspective. And then in 2021, Apple released the third generation of AirPods. And a lot of people started to notice that if you just take the silicone ear tip off of AirPods Pro, they look exactly like the third generation AirPods. And even now with the AirPods fourth generation, if you just take the ear tips off the AirPods Pro, they still look really, really similar. And there isn't even necessarily anything wrong with this by any means. I think AirPods are among Apple's best products, but I just think it's really cool to look at tech companies' past because a lot of the time, if you know what their past is, you can predict their future, especially with Apple.